sorry. Excuse the fuck
I have
out
a
of
funny
me.
story by Emily
We
Henry.
just devoured.
I'm honestly not the biggest Emily Henry fan, but
let's get controversial. Hey guys, so I have been collecting books. Are we shocked? We are not. And problems with collecting books is you buy them with good intention, and then you see a few clips that make you question whether you want to read that book, and then that book sits on your shelf, and then you never get to it, and then you avoid it because of reason A, B, C, or D. And that is where we are today. I have 10 books that I've been avoiding, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get started. The first book is Haunting Adeline. No other reason besides I'm terrified of this man, and the things I've seen online scare me. And you either love him or you hate him, and I'm all for a stalker boy. Pause. I'm all for a guy who is just deeply devoted to his woman. Let's word it like that. And it looks great, but I just hear it's dark. But then some people say it's not as dark as you would think. But I just haven't read it because it scares me. From the little clips on TikTok and the videos on Instagram I've seen, his character just seems a bit morally black. The next book might come as a surprise, but it is The Throne of Glass, which is, according to Sarah J. Maas, the first book in the Throne of Glass series. KeeKee, get it together. And I read ACOTAR. I loved ACOTAR. I was in a book hangover after ACOTAR. I still think about those people like they're my friends. And I don't want to be let down and get my hopes up to have that same emotional attachment to these characters, and then it doesn't live up to it. Which I see online. I hear nothing but good things. But sometimes you could be in the minority. And I'm already a minority. The next book is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. The only reason I haven't read this book is because I don't want to get let down. I think there's a theme gonna go on here about me just not wanting to get let down. Maybe I'm just, saving my heart. But I love her writing. I really do. This is a lot of people's favorite Christina Lauren book. And I want to love it. And I'm just afraid of not being with the masses that do. So that's the only reason I haven't read it. I want to love it, and I want to have that same feeling and that same high that everyone else got, and I think I'm putting too much pressure on myself. The next book is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I am so sorry, Hanya. I'm sorry, girl. I know that's not your name, probably. I apologize, and I'm sorry that your book is in this video. I don't want to cry yet. I don't want to cry. I like keeping the tear ducts inside of my eyeballs, not outside. And this book, I hear, has every traumatic thing that you could possibly ever imagine. And I'm not ready to be emotionally destroyed yet. I'm not even, it's only Friday. Like, I don't need this. I want to read it, and it's probably going to be high on my TBR next year. I just don't think I'm getting to you this year. Not during the holiday season. I can't. I can't. This one also might be controversial. But the next one is the Magnolia Parks series by Jessa Hastings. I don't know why, actually, I have not read this book. Partly, Jessa, if you're listening, you're probably not. But whatever. Why'd you change the covers, girl? I have the first 4. These covers are beautifulous. Beatific. Amazing. Glorious. And then we get different covers. And I don't want to buy. I am an aesthetic gal sometimes. And I don't want my covers to be all different kinds of covers from different periods of time. Also, I hear it's pretty toxic. It's something I do want to get to. I know if I love it, I'm going to fly through them. And then I have to buy the books that are the mismatched covers. Or it's going to traumatize me. One of the two. I'm down for both, but I just haven't started it yet. The next book is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Enough said. Enough said. I don't... Why, Chloe? And it's beautiful, I hear. It's a great book. You fall in love with them. The characters, it's like a character study. You just watch them fall in love. And sounds amazing. Why? Girls. Almost 600 pages. That's why I haven't read it. I'm terrified. And it's crazy because if it was on my Kindle maybe, I would be like flying through it and I wouldn't even notice. But when you have the actual book, it's something about seeing them actual pages that just stutter steps real quick. Also, why does everybody keep changing their covers? Because these covers aren't horrible. I like these, but I have the first 2 books. I have Binding and Keeping 13, and they're in this cover. And then by the time I started getting the rest of the collection, it switched covers. So now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. But anyway, that's not here nor there. I just thought I'd bring that up. This is another book I have been avoiding. I've also been avoiding The Final Gambit. I loved the Inheritance Game series. The reason I started a little bit of this and I couldn't finish it, and the only reason I couldn't finish it is because I don't want it to be over. I'm not ready to say goodbye to everyone. I know that the brothers have a spin-off, and I have the first one of that. So I guess maybe now I can let it go. But I'm not ready to say goodbye. Also, a lot of people didn't like this one, and I'm nervous to have such high hopes and then get let down by the ending of this. But I can move on to just the brother story, so that's the positive, I guess. The next book, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I have heard every mixed review ever. You either love this book, you hate this book, or you don't remember it next week. I want to read this book really badly because the premise sounds like me, and I'm trying to get into more into fantasy, and I've been trying to read books that aren't as hardcore in fantasy because those hurt my brain. So this seemed like a simple read, but the reviews made me terrified to want to read it because, again, I want to enjoy what I'm reading. And I don't want it to be so simple that it feels like I'm reading a book for a middle schooler. And that's what it kind of was giving from some people's reviews. I'm hesitant on her. The next book I've been avoiding, Addicted to You, the entire series. I have all of them. I would like to preface, I've bought every single book in the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. I waited for the new covers to come out, pre-ordered all the new covers, got all the books, and I have not read one. But I don't know. I don't have a reason for why I haven't started it. I think part of it is there's 10 of these. I'm the kind of person that when I start reading a series of something, I'm not good at I need to keep going. I can't just stop. And if I'm going to need to know what happens with this character and this character and that character and their brother's dog and their cousin's uncle. Like, I need to know. So I feel like if I start this series, that is a few weeks of me not reading anything else but being in this world. And I have to be mentally prepared for that. The last book that I have not read, The Fouth Wing. I know, Linda, Becca, Jermaine, calm down, calm down. I know this book took over the world. I get it. Amazing. Spectacular. That's what scares me. That's what scares me. What if it's not spectacular to me? What if I don't like the people in this book? You hyped it up here. What if it's down here? I don't have anything to tell you. I don't know. But I want to read it. But people, they've put my expectations so high in the cloud. If it is even a little not meeting the expectations that people have set for me in my head, I would be very sad because I really, 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 really have high expectations for this book. but I don't want to be let down by this book. And it's not even the length, because this is a chunker, but the premise, the story, the dragons, the people, the trainers, the life, like, it sounds so good. Tell me it's worth it. Tell me that my expectations will be in the clouds, but this is in outer space. Drop them bars! Okay, it's probably the most controversial one because this is probably the most popular book of the year, and I just could not start it. So those are my 10 books that I've been avoiding reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If one of these books you saw and you're like, girl, pick it up, read it now, let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to make a reading vlog with these books when I start reading them, and that way I can have my live reactions to all of these books and what I think as I'm reading them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!